This little treat holder opens up, holds a little bit of candy, and has a little message on the inside. Hi there, welcome to sunnydaystamping.com. I'm Julie Baca. I'm so glad that you're here. We are making just the cutest little candy holder. I can't wait to show you. I've got tips for cutting the paper so that let me make the mistakes and you cut it right the first time. I also have tips for layering to really make your sentiments pop out. So let's get started. To make the treat holder base, you need a piece 2.5 by 7.5, and you're going to score it in 3 places. You can do this on your paper trimmer, but I like to use my scoreboard when I'm scoring a lot because you can see how quick that is, and I can also mark here without having to figure out the measurement every time. Let's go ahead and burnish along those score lines just to make them nice and sharp and to make them more visible. So this is going to fold around into there like that. And what we're going to do is we're actually just going to staple this. You could glue it, but stapling is so secure and is also going to give us this lip that we need to tuck in the top like that. So that is the basic design there. Look how quick that is. Now we get to decorate. For this project, start by picking your designer series paper. I used 3 different ones, 3 different packs. This is the Cute as a Bug, which is so cute, perfect for spring, for kids, for, gosh, even fall, because some of these are fall colors. This is a great paper for all year round. I also made some examples for Valentine's Day using the Made with Love designer series paper, and then one more with the lovely and beautiful paper. So I'll show you the examples for those at the end. But I just wanted to show you how versatile this is going to be for any occasion all year round. I don't know about you, but I get so intimidated cutting into this pretty paper. So I wanted to do that right here on camera just to give you the confidence to do this on your own without making the mistakes that I make. So the piece for the front that's going to wrap around is 6.5 inches. So if you have a piece of paper that has like obvious images on here that you want to be in the front, you're going to kind of visualize 6.5 inches down from your paper to see what would be on the front. So in this case, it would be right here. If I cut it out, and then you can decide that kind of like all the way across, this is what would be on the front of my card. So on the treat holder. So if I cut it here, you know, this is going to be on the front. So you kind of have to decide that way. Now, that's not going to be an issue if you pick a piece of paper that has no direction or no obvious thing that you need on the front. Now you'll notice on the measurements, the wrap part is 2 3/8, so is the flap, and so is the inside. So that is the width measurement. So I know that like anytime you're making a project, if it has the same width or length measurement, you can go ahead and cut yours to that dimension. And that's really going to save you time because then you can go back through and cut the length measurements. So our first measurement is 6.5. If you don't have a paper trimmer, this one is amazing. It extends out to cut up to 17 inches, so it's going to accommodate any of your big paper. So we needed to extend this out so we can cut this at 6.5. So now you can see when we put this on the front, that cute little bug is going to be right on the front, and this is going to wrap around. So now, because we cut this all in one strip of 2 3/8, which is the width we need for the rest of the pieces of this matchbook, now we can just rotate this and cut it. Now the measurements for that are on my blog post that is linked in the description of this video at sunnydaystamping.com. This print and make project sheet, which also has the measurements, so you can just print it out and have it right here by you, is so handy. I emailed this out. It's free for that first week, and then it goes to my tutorial store. So make sure you're on my email list. I'll link that subscribe in the description of this video, and it's free to get on my email list. So now we're going to rotate this and cut it at these other measurements. So for this inside flap, we need a 2 5/8 piece. So you can kind of hold up your piece to see which section of your paper you want to be displayed right there and cut it that way. for me, I want this little B on there, so I'm going to cut this right here, and it's at 2 5/8. Now, if if cutting eighths freaks you out, don't worry. I have an email, I have a video, and I'll link it up here to just walk you through step by step on how to cut those. Now, the next piece we need is for right here, which you could use this same piece, but I really like to use the opposite side. That's going to give us a little bit of contrast, and that is at 7/8. So we'll just slice that off, and then this is going to fit right there perfectly. So now pull your scoreboard back out or use your paper trimmer, but I have my measurements already on here, so I'm going to use this. Now you really want to make sure, because I want this on the front, I'm going to put this in the left corner up here. This is going to be the front while I score this. These two measurements right here are the top of this matchbook. So now let's just burnish these score lines, making sure they line up perfectly here. Now, the measurement that I gave for this is 6.5, which is going to be a little bit long sometimes. Like, I made so many of these, and sometimes the measurement worked out perfectly because I like scored it exactly right and cut it exactly right, but sometimes it didn't and it ended up being short. So the measurement I gave for 6.5, see, you can see that this almost works, but it's just a little bit too long. So we'll put it back in the paper trimmer, and then I'll check on this side, and that's a little too long. It just was easier for me to let you cut it just a little bit and have you trim it than for it to be too short and you have to waste your paper. So you can eyeball trimming that, but what you need is a 1/16. So if you put it in your paper trimmer and you line it up, not with any of these lines, but just on this line of the cutting trough, just that little lip there is a 1/16. So it's so easy to measure. I just squish it over here, line it up with that brown trough there, and I love this paper trimmer. Look, it's going to cut off that little 1/16 of a sliver that is now caught in my paper trough. There we go. I mean, that is precision to be able to cut that tiny of a thing. I love that. So I'm going to flip this over and cut this. And like I said, like seriously, like half the time I didn't have to do any trimming, even though I cut it the same way every time. So I think I'm just not a very good cutter and scorer or something. So here is a tip. Do not glue this on here yet. If you are going to add ribbon, don't glue it. If you're just making these really quick and easy and you're not going to add ribbon, just make sure you staple it first so that this paper will cover up that staple. So let me show you how to add the ribbon the easy way if you decide to do that. So just turn your matchbook over. We're going to lay the ribbon over the top of it, kind of measuring the center of your ribbon to be in the center. And what we're doing is this is going to wrap around that front section, and this is 1 inch wide. So you just want to make sure it's going to be in the middle of that also. And then I just used a piece of tape to anchor that down. That's unnecessary, but I just found this easier. It's also unnecessary to put this underneath this paper at all if you want it to show in the back, but I have such a hard time tying that I need any kind of anchoring of the ribbon to make it easier to tie. So now we'll add our paper. So if you're not going to do the ribbon, you can just skip to this part. Now, one thing I noticed that it was much easier to not put glue here. It just made everything work better. So I'm just going to glue this rectangle and then this rectangle, omitting the glue on the spine. And then we'll just line this up, line up the score lines. And before you press it down, just check. Oh, see, like I shouldn't have cut that because it would have been perfect. See, I think once it's on there with the staple, the bulk of the staple and the bulk of the ribbon, you don't need to trim that. So see, I didn't need to trim that after all. So just press this all down. Use your bone folder to smear that around really well. But what you're really wanting to do when you settle this, when you place this, is to make sure that those score lines line up. And then you've got this cute thing. Is that adorable? Oh my gosh, I can't even stand it. And now let's just add the little detail of this. Now, if you did not want to flip this piece over and have it be opposite, you can actually cut this wrap into one long strip. So instead of cutting it at 6.5, go ahead and cut it at 7.5, wrap it around, and then just trim off what you need and then glue it in place. And it would get rid of this margin line, but it would also save you a step. But I think it looks so cute with the opposite paper. And then check this out. When you open this up, then you can either do this side or this side. Oh man, I think I like this side better. We're gonna do that. So we're gonna glue this in place. Double check that you cut it right. I make mistakes all the time. This time I got lucky. Before you glue it down. And then I just take my bone folder to wipe that around. Now we're going to add some sentiments. This is a new set, Banner Sayings. If you need a set that has just tiny words for cards or projects like this, this is such a great one. You've got print, you've got cursive that work so well together, and these are all just really tiny, so they work well with circle punches. It is also, this set comes as a bundle if you want, with this punch that cuts out these different banners that fit these perfectly. But I'm actually going to use a circle punch. So for the front, we will stamp our greeting on a circle. This is the 1 3/4 inch circle punch. And then just a tip, if you really want to like set off your focal layer, go ahead and punch out just one size larger. So I'm going to use a scrap from cutting my my little base there to cut out one size larger. You can also do 2 sizes larger, but check this out. The 1 7/8 with the 3/4 inch gives you that little 1/8 inch border, which is the same that we have around the rest of our matchbook here. So if you have a circle punch of one size, get the next size up so that you can do this quick and easy layering technique. These punches from Stampin' Up! Are awesome. They also have 2 other sizes, so you can get all 4 sizes of the circles to do so much. So now I just want to show you, if this paper did not have anything cute on the front, I would just slap that right on the front here. But look how that is going to cover up our image, which I don't want to do. So what we're going to do is actually we're going to stamp this and slice it in half so that we can see most of our cute little bug. So I'm just going to take Secret C. This is the only color of ink I used for all of the projects, and I'm just going to stamp it up towards the top of the circle like that. I'm going to make this a little thank you. And now let's go ahead and glue this to our base here, or our layer. Well, that's not quite in the center. Let me see if I can, if you're quick about it, when you use the green glue, you can scooch it over. There we go. Now you can use scissors to trim this down, but I cannot cut straight. So I'm gonna pull out my paper trimmer. I'm just gonna line this up in here. I'm gonna line the words up along the cutter there. And then I'm just gonna double check that those words are straight with my ruler, which they are. So I know that's gonna be straight, and just cut that off. Now, when we put this on our card front, we'll just tuck this down here, and we'll still get to see our cute little thing. You could also put it right here, whichever way you want to do it. And then you've got this one. So when you make 2, which I always make 2, now you have this cut for another one. Now I'm going to grab one more stamp so we can stamp the inside. I want to read you some of these. You did it. I'm here for you. Thanks a million. Cue the confetti. Celebrate. Sending my love. And then, of course, happy birthday. You're the sweetest. I can't thank you enough. I don't know. These are just great. These are going to be great all year round. So I'm going to take the thanks a million, and I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to stamp it right here. So when they take out their little piece of candy, there is a message on the inside. And now we'll glue this right on the front. I'm just going to line this up with the edge of the designer series paper so that there's still an equal border of the petal pink cardstock around there. So it looks really finished that way. And then we'll go ahead and tie our bow. Because it is attached in the back, it really gives you an anchor for tying more easily. There we go. Nothing fancy, just a little something. Oh, it's so cute. Then we'll just trim off the ends here. And here are some of the things that fit inside here. If they're kind of bigger, you'll want to kind of roll the edges in, and then you just tuck it inside that little flap. I gotta move my candy so it's up at the top. Just kind of tuck it in there. You could stick it to the back with a little mini glue dot or something, but it stays in there just fine. And honestly, this ribbon helps it stay closed too. So isn't that so cute? So here are all the other ones I made using that Cute as a Bug paper. You can see this one, I used the half of circle to be down here because I wanted to see this whole image. It just kind of depends on what your paper does. This is also from that Designer Series paper pack, but I could cover up the front, so I used the whole circle there. And then any kind of either mini or snack size, this is a little tea, any kind of snack size candy will fit in there. This paper is the Lovely and Beautiful. It's got that great little gold pop of color. And then I just wrapped it with the Bubble Bath faux linen ribbon. Oh, so beautiful. And then, of course, for Valentine's Day, these cute ones. I used that same ribbon, but I used a different Designer Series paper. This is the Made with Love, and these are so great. Look how cute those are, just to give a little something for Valentine's Day. You could even tuck a little cash in there. I put out a new paper crafting video every Friday, whether it's card making templates, fun fold cards, or gift packaging ideas like this. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel and hit that bell to get notified. You might also want to get on my email list because I email out the link to the video on Friday morning along with that free project sheet. The link for that is in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a sunny day.